Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Balanced Body and Mind. So today, all you need is a mat, some space, and some weights. And we'll get started in about 4 minutes. Let's get started. So we're going to start with our feet out nice and wide, toes are pointing out. Take a big breath in, swing the arms up. Exhale to come back down. And again, breathing in and out. we're going to bring our arms out to the side nice and long. We're just going to start with a nice easy bend and stretch of the knees. So dropping our hip bone straight down and coming back up. Lower and lift. Good. Think nice and long through those fingertips. Down and up. Good. Nice and easy. Staying up nice and tall. Lower and lift. Last 3, 2, hold the next one down. We're just going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Try and hold your hips here. We're going to swing our right arm up as our left arm comes down to get a nice stretch through the side of the right body. Come back up to straight. So stretching over with the right hand to the top corner of the room. Back up tall. Stretch over, back up. Over and down. Trying to stay low through those legs. Stretching over and up. Last 3, 2, hold the next one over. We're just going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up to straight. Straighten those legs. Bend them down. So starting again. Coming up tall. Lowering it down. Nice and long arms. Energy out through those fingertips. Up and down. Good. Coming a little bit deeper if you can through those legs. Last 3, 2, hold the next one down. We're just going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding it here. Left arm comes over to the top corner of the room. Back up tall. Reaching over and coming back up to center. Over and back. Stretching through that left side and then coming back up to stand tall. So over and up. Last 3. Last 2. Hold the next one over. We're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up to center. Swinging those arms down and up. Big breath in. Exhale, come back down. One more, breathing in. And exhale, come back down. Grabbing weights if you've got them. So we're going to have coming to a little mini lunge position. So one foot in front of the other, back heel is up. Bending both legs, we're going to lean forward. We're going to come up with our arms out to the sides and back down. So lift up, back down to hips. Good. So from the front, forward, back down to the sides. Good. So keep going. Those arms come out and down. Both knees are bent. Good. Next, we're going to lean a little bit further forward. Arms are going to come back, trying to keep them up above your hips. Back out to the side, down and up. Last 3, 2. Now we're going to bend our knees as our arms come up. Stretch forward long, bending down, stretch forward. So weight goes on 2 feet. Weight goes mostly on the front foot. If you can float that leg behind. So down, push forward, down, up. Good. So a little bit of a balance at the front if you can. Last 3, last 2. Hold the next one back. Can you hold that balance? Bending that supporting leg a little more. Coming all the way up to standing. Rolling my shoulders back and forward. And we're going to go to the other side, but slightly differently. So right foot forward this time, flat on the floor. So little mini lunge position, back heel is up. We're going to come into our bicep curls. So starting off with our body up nice and tall, curl up to the shoulders and back down. Both knees are slightly bent. Lift and lower. Good. Next, we're going to lean our body slightly more forward. Keep bending and stretching those elbows, making sure that when they stretch, they're just above your hips if you can get them there. Out and in. Then we're going to add a bend and stretch to the legs. So bend in, stretch back. If you can, hovering that foot off behind you, stretch, bend, good. Keep going, bending, stretch, in and out. If you can, hover that leg, hovering behind you. Last 3, last 2. Hold the next one back, bending that supporting leg a little bit more, reaching nice and long with those arms and legs. coming all the way back up to standing. Next, so you can use your weights if you want to for this next one, but you don't have to. Feet are going to come in together. We're just going to start up with some little calf raises. So up onto your toes and controlling back down. Good. Nice and easy. Lifting up tall, knees are straight and controlling back down. Lift and lower, up and down. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bending those knees slightly. Bend that hands up so the elbows at 90 degrees. Bend your arms up. We're just going to rotate back and come forward. So arms come back and then back down to flat. Lift, so from the side, flat, and back. Making sure that when you're coming back, you're not stretching through. You might not get all the way up in line with your head, that's fine. Lift and lower. Last 3, last 2, 1. Hold this here. Keeping your legs there, we're going to lift our heels. If you can, hold that balance, lower them back down. So keeping those arms up if you can. Lift those heels, control back down. So legs stay bent this time, upper body shouldn't move. Lift and lower, up and down. Can we add a little press of the arms up and down, up, good. So if you can, as those heels lift, lifting those elbows up slightly. You don't have to come all the way up, it's just a little movement. Heels and elbows up and down. Lift and lower, last 3, last 2. Hold the next one up, hold the balance. Good. Can you stretch those arms up on a nice wide V? 3, 2, 1. Good. Relaxing back down, putting the weights down. And we're going to come onto the floor. We're going to come onto all fours. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, belly button into spine, so you have a nice neutral spine. We're going to start with some Supermans. So we'll start off with the first level and then progress from there. So first level is keeping your body as still as possible, alternate lifting each arm up, making sure that you're not swinging from side to side. So you want to stay nice and strong, alternating each hand up in front and back, forward and back. Good. Keep breathing. Keeping that tummy into the spine. We've got one more each side. Lift. And last one. And next, so keeping the same position, we're going to slide the left foot back, keeping the toe onto the floor, and then coming back in. So sliding back, coming back in, pushing out through those shoulders so that you're nice and strong, keeping that lower belly tucked in, spine nice and long and neutral, in, last 2, and last 1. Now we're going to swap legs, so out and in, sliding that toe just along the floor, out and in, so your toe doesn't have to come off. We want that spine to stay as still as possible as you're moving your foot back and in. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming back in. Now we're going to combine them. So we're going to push, lift the left arm forward as the right foot slides back. Coming back into center. So sticking to that same side and back in. Making sure that belly button's in towards the spine. Thinking nice and tall out of that shoulder. And you're just trying to hold that balance and then coming back in. So lift it out. And lower, keeping that back toe on the floor. Last 3, 2, hold the next one out. Can you hover that toe off the floor, holding the balance. Last 3, 2, 1, and coming back down. Good. Give a little bit of shake out of your back. And we're going to do that again on the opposite side. So as the right hand comes forward, left toe slides back. Coming back down to the center. So starting out and back in, making sure that you haven't went over to either side, sliding out Kind of stay nice and controlled, belly button in towards your spine so that your spine back doesn't move. And in, stretch long, and down, strong spine. Last 3, 2, hold the next one out. Can you lift that back foot up, just hover it off the ground. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax back down, coming back into child pose. So hips go back onto your heels, stretching your arms forward. Good. Coming up onto all fours again, we're going to do some push-ups. So taking your hands out towards the edge of your mat and your knees out towards the edge of the mat as well. Squeeze your heels together. Bring your hips forward slightly so that your hands, your shoulders are over your hands. And we're going to lower our chest down and push up. So hips are moving with your shoulders, but you want to keep your core engaged. Elbows are coming wide, nice and long through the crown of your head and back. So breathe in and out, down and up. Last 3, 2, hold the next one halfway, and we're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing up and all the way back to child pose again. Quick little break. All right, now we're coming forward again. We have to repeat that all over again. So hands are slightly wider than shoulders. Fingers can be turned in if it's more comfortable. Hips come forward so that your shoulders are over your hands. Squeezing those fingers together. We're going to lower down with our chest and push up. So breathe in as you come down, out as you push up. Making sure those hips are coming with you so you're not doing this one. You're coming down and up. Breathe in and out. Last 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Hold it here. We're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing all the way back. Flipping those palms up to the ceiling just to give your wrist a bit of a break. And we're going to come to lie on our side. So either way first, it doesn't matter. So we're going to lie down flat on our side. Bottom hand is going to come underneath our head if it's comfortable. Otherwise, you can grab a pillow. Knees are up in line with your hips and then feet are straight down. So the first one we're going to do is some book opening. So interlace your fingers behind your head. We're going to breathe in as we lift our top elbow over. Exhale to come back in. Breathing in, making sure that as you're rotating back, that top leg's not sliding back. They stay stepped on, and you're really getting that twisting through your back. Good. Breathing in and out. Deep breath in and out. Come back. On the next one, breathe in, stay open. Exhale in this position. Another big breath in. As you exhale, can you bring that elbow a little bit further around? Breathing in. And then as you exhale, coming all the way forward with that elbow. Moving that hand can go in front if it's comfortable. We're going to do some clams. So top knee is going to lift up and lower back down. Lifting and lower. This one can be here for support, or you can put up onto your hip. You want to make sure that as you lift that knee, that top hip's not rolling back. So you should feel anything in your lower back at all. Just lifting that leg and lowering it down. Lift up and lower. Last 3. Last 2. Hold the next one up. And we're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch that leg out long on the diagonal. We're going to tap down and lift up, lower, and lift. Making sure, trying to keep that hip as still as possible. So if you don't go get all the way down and then come back up again, that's fine. We're also not lifting up so high that we sink down. So lift and lower. Last 3, 2, and 1.
and relax back down. Giving that top hip a little bit out. We're coming up onto our side for our side plank. So elbow underneath shoulder. You can have your knees in line with your body as much as possible. You need to have both legs bent, top leg long or both legs long, up to you. And we're just going to come up into a side plank. So really cinching up through that waist, trying to stay nice and open across your chest. We're going to lower our hips down and lift them up. So lower and lift. As you're coming up, really cinch through the side of that waist to squeeze and bring those hips up and down. Good. Last 3, 2, hold the next one up. We're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you stretch that top arm long? Can you lift that top foot up? Hold the balance for 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. Good work. Flipping over to the other side. We're going to do that all again on the side. So coming down, get nice and comfortable. Knees up in line with your hips. And feet straight down. Hand resting on your bottom arm. Interlace your fingers behind your top over on top. Breathing in to open up through the chest. Exhale to come back down. Breathing in, making sure those knees are staying stacked so it's not sliding back. And coming forward. Big breath. And exhale. 2 more, just like this. Exhale down. Breathing in, hold the next one over. Exhale. Breathe in again. This time as you exhale, trying to sink a little bit deeper into that twist. Big breath in. And as you exhale, coming all the way forward. Good. All right, next going on to our clamshell. So hand can be front for support or pushing this top hip away so you're not sinking down. We're going to lift the top leg and lower it down. Lift and lower. Doesn't have to be a big movement, but you really want to make sure that you're not rolling back on that top hip. Lift up and lower. Forward. Keep squeezing through the top of that hip. Last 4, 3, 2, hold the next one up, stretch it out long, and we're going to tap that foot down and lift that up. So again, you don't have to touch the floor if you can't without releasing that hip, so you still keep that core on, nice and strong. They come down and up, lower, and lift. Last 3, 2, and last 1, and relax it down. Coming up onto this elbow, so elbow under shoulder, knees are in line with your body. Whatever you did on the other side, do again on this side. So both knees, one leg straight or both legs straight. And then we're going to come up onto our side, really cinching through that waist, thinking nice and long across the shoulders so you're not stretching rolling forward. We're going to lower the hips, lift the hips, down and up. Good. Really cinching through. Bottom one is to squeeze those hips up. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold the next one here. We're going to hold up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch the top arm long if you can. Can you lift that bottom foot? Holding for 3, 2, 1, and relax back down. Good. Coming onto your back. Feet are flat on the floor. Hip distance apart. We're going to do our glute bridges next. So we're going to come up, squeeze the bottom, and control back down. Lift up and squeeze. Controlling back down at the top floor and coming back up. Keep your upper body relaxed. Ribs relaxed, so it's just your hips that are moving. Lift up, squeeze, and lower. Last 3. Last 2. Good. Hold the next one up. We're going to open our knees a little and bring them back in. So squeezing out through the side of the hips, controlling back in to straight, lift, well, out and in, out, in, keeping those hips up nice and high, making sure that you're not dropping down, out and in. Last 3, 2, last 1, back into center, relaxing all the way down. Good. Now we're going to take a combination. So we're going to lift our hips, knees come out, knees come in, tap them down. So lift, knees out, knees in, tap the hips down, and lift. So making sure that as the knees are coming up, your hips aren't dropping at all. They stay up in this tall level, tall, high level, and come back down. Hips come up, knees out, knees in, and lock. Making sure your upper body is nice and relaxed. Out, in, down, lift up, come out, in, and down. 2 more like this. And down, lift, out, in, down, and relax. Bringing right knee in towards your chest. Left leg can go out long if you want it to. If it's comfortable, otherwise you can keep your foot flat on the floor. Have a big breath in and out. 1 more in and out. Slide that left foot up. Drop the right foot down. Bring the right knee in towards your chest. If you want, you can send that right leg out long. Deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. 1 more in and out. Slide that right foot up. Left foot comes down. Next, we're going to go into dead bugs. So rocking your hips back so that your lower back is flat on the floor. Lift one leg up into tabletop, other leg up into tabletop. And now we're going to alternate each leg coming down and back up while keeping that lower back flat on the floor. So thigh comes out and in, other leg out and in. Making sure you're not just tapping down with that foot, but that whole leg is moving down and coming back in. You might not get all the way down to the floor, and that's fine. Listen to your body and making sure that that lower back is staying flat on the floor. Back up. Good. If you want to, you can come further away. So if that's too easy, coming out along with that leg and pushing back. Good. Keep breathing. We've got 2 more each side. And up. Last one. And up. Dropping both feet down on the floor. Next one, we're going to keep our left foot planted on the floor. We're going to bring our right leg up into tabletop. We're going to send it out long, hover just above the floor, and pull it back in. So leg goes out long, comes back into tabletop. Reach long and down. Good. 3 more. Keeping that pelvis in a neutral position. Spine is nice and supported. Last one. Good. Stretch the leg out long in front and back down to tabletop. Stretch to squeeze the thigh from the top of the thigh muscle, coming back down. So if you're a bit further forward and you're coming out and back down, that's fine. Depends on the length of your hamstring, if you can do it straight above your hip or not. Squeeze and control. Squeeze up, straighten, and back down. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Coming back down. Now we're going to combine them. So we're going to come out long, come back into tabletop, squeeze long and down. Reach out, come in, squeeze up, control down. Out, in, up, down. Good. We've got 3 more like this. Squeeze and down, out long, out in, squeeze down. Last one. Squeeze up and relaxing all the way back down. Now we're going to create from the outside. So left foot comes up into tabletop, right foot flat on the floor, coming out long, control back in. So making sure that your upper body stays nice and relaxed up here. Foot hoppers just above the floor and then comes back in, stretch out, and down. Good. Keeping that spine nice and supported. Keep breathing. Last 2. Last 1. Coming up into tabletop, then we're going to stretch out long, squeeze the top of the thigh, come back down to tabletop. Stretching out, control back in. So if you can't have your knee above your hip, that's fine. You can see a little bit further forward as well, that's okay. Squeezing the top thigh muscle, straighten the leg, come back down. squeeze out and in. Last 3, last 2, good. Last squeeze, back to tabletop. Now we're going to alternate, so we're going to come out, in, squeeze up, in, down, out, in, squeeze up, and down. Good. Keeping the rest of your body as still as you can, so no wobbling. There should be no movement in your lower spine. Hope it's nice and protected because you have your core on. So you're pulling your belly button towards your spine. Out, in, up, and down. Last 2. Squeeze. Last 1. Squeeze up. Good. And relaxing back down. Grabbing both knees in. You're going to rock gently from side to side. Good. We're going to come up to sitting. So sticking in this position just until blood pressure comes back up towards your head. So we're going to do some tricep dips while we wait and to help it. So fingertips are underneath your shoulder, hands are underneath your shoulders, fingertips towards your bottom. Then the elbows to come back and keep it up. Making sure your elbows are coming straight back behind you, they're not coming out to the sides. So back and down. You want to think of aiming to get those elbows as close to the ground behind you as you can, and then pull back up. So down and up, keep breathing. Last 3, 2, hold the next one down. We're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretching all the way up, stretching those legs long, stretching up tall, and coming forward, and grabbing onto your shins, knees, wherever you can. Just getting a nice stretch in between your shoulder blades. And coming back up, we're going to go for our second round. So feet back flat on the floor, hands underneath your shoulders behind you, fingertips towards your bottom, controlling back down, lifting up. The elbows come back, lift forward, down, and up. And if you get those elbows as close to the floor behind you as you can. Lower and lift. Good. Keep breathing. Coming down, squeeze up. Last 3, 2, hold the next one down. We're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way up. Next, we're going to flip over and do a quick little hip flexor stretch. So right foot out in front into a little lunge position. First thing we're going to do is tuck our pelvis under, and you should feel a pull up the front of that left hip. Keep breathing. And then if you want a bit more of a deeper stretch, we're going to bring those hips a bit further forward, and you should get a longer stretch through the front of that hip. Keeping that pelvis tucked under if you can, so that you're not relaxing into it and dumping into your back. Pushing back, swapping sides. So left foot flat out in front, starting by tucking the pelvis under. Keep breathing. Should feel a nice pull up down the front of that right hip. Good. And if you want a deeper stretch, bringing those hips a bit further forward, breathing in and out. Good. And then coming back, bringing both feet behind you, tucking your toes underneath, pushing your weight back into your heels. You should have a nice stretch to the back of those calf muscles. And then we're going to lift our hips up, kind of so our feet flat on the floor, hanging the head down low. Knees are slightly bent, and we're going to slowly roll all the way back up to standing up tall. Rolling those shoulders back and forward, and you're all done. Good work, guys.